Alrighty, first submission to Jim Man Grading came back today. For these cards that were in here were cards that I had submitted to SGC. I did a video on cracking the cases, and so when we open this up, we'll find out together what they graded at under a microscope instead of by somebody looking at them with their eyes. I guess a magnifying glass or whatever, however it is that they do it. These are done via computer. So I sent out, I think it was 11 cards. Let me check my list here real quick. Yep, 11 cards. And so we're going to see how we did. I've got my prior grades down and the grades that I think they'll receive. So here we go. Zion rookie. Nice looking slab, actually. Came in at a 9.5. Let's see, Zion, I give it a 9+. So a 9.5 we're not mad at. I will write that down on my sheet. Let's see, 9.5 on corners, 9.5 on edges, 10 on centering, 10 on surface. Not sure what's on that slab itself. Almost looks like it's scratched a little bit. See the scratches on it? So let's see if I can wipe this off of my shirt. No? Almost looks like it's was dropped along the way. Anyways, not a horrible looking slab if it wasn't for the scratches on the case. Alrighty. I've got one that came back. It says this card's too thick for a slab at this time. So I'll have to send that out to another one. It's an actual Tom Brady die cut. Here we go. Here's one of the cards that I sent out to SGC and it came back as an A. So this is Don Mattingly. As you can see, it came back as a 10 Jim Mint under grading. Now, the centering on this thing is a little off. So I want to take a look at see what they gave it for grades. The case is in really good shape. Centering, 9.5, because the centering is off on this. Now, Jim Mint, again, uses a computer, and just so you can see, I kept the cases that the thing was in. So they came back in A, saying that somehow it was altered. Yet, you know, these cards back in the day, they were just cut. That doesn't mean anybody played with them. The card's perfect shape. So when I got it back as an A, you can tell I was pretty happy with it. To come back as a 10 really doesn't surprise me because this card is extremely clean. And I had it coming back at a 9. Let's see. Let me make sure as I go down through this thing. Oh, 84. Yeah, and I had it at a 9. And that was only because of the centering being off. And again, the centering's not that far off. But I gave it a 9.5. It's a perfect card. It really was. Alright, next on the list. Alrighty. This trio here. I'm not sure how this... So this is a Flair Tradition Trio card. As you can see, it's got Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, and Eli Manning. 9.5 grade on it, which is a hell of a lot better than I was expecting. So leads me to a question a little bit because I have it at a 7 on a pre-grade. So let's see, corners 9.5, edges 10, surface 10, centering 8.5. Okay. Corners are obviously better than I thought they were. Again, trio card, personal collection, 9.5. definitely happy with that one because I was only coming in at a 7 on it. And I think part of it was the card itself. Because to me, let's be honest, it's a really ugly card. But 3 Hall of Famers had to send it in. All right, this one doesn't surprise me. Justin Herbert, -10. There's nothing wrong with a card. Pulled it right out of the pack, sent it in. Centering 9.5. Everything else 10s on the scores. Another one again, like I said, I did not send. Let's see what I had. I think I had 9+ on that one. I did. So that one came in where I thought it would. Kobe Bryant, 2nd year. This is one that I had sent to SGC. Came back at a 7.5. In their defense, however, I busted this out of a pack that I picked up this year. And on the back of this card, when I sent it in, I wiped off the front, but not the back. On the back of it, it actually had material from the card that was behind it in the pack, still in the card. So in SGC's defense, this one was not really on them as bad. 9.5, 9.5 surface, 9 centering, 9.5 corners, 10 on the edges. Not sure the corners got a 9.5. Because there was really nothing wrong. Again, I took this right out of a pack this year. I paid $75 for that pack. And the card's well worth it. It's 2nd year Kobe, Topps Chrome. It's pretty much perfect. And I hit it at 9+. That's 2 of the cards, better grades. Here's a weird Kobe scoreboard I picked up. Odd card. Again, 9.5. What did I pull for the scoreboard? 8 to 9. So really fits in the slab, kind of weird. So let's see, corners, centering 9.5, 10 on the surface, 10 on the edges. This card was in extremely good shape. I'm trying to remember where the heck I even got it. I got it in some kind of a deal along the way, but again, 1997 scoreboard. Edges are 9.5, right? Oh, it says 10. I don't know. Nice looking slab. All right, here we go. Joe Namath, 7.5. I think it's a half a point better than I thought I was going to get out of it. Let me see what I got. Joey. Actually, it was a point better than I thought it was going to be. So, I'm not mad about that. It's actually a really clean card. I just wanted to see what they would do with a vintage card. So again, Jim Mint, 7.5. Personal collection, nice card. Kevin Garnett, wow. I really expected this one to come in at a 10. Came in at a 9. And I pulled this one right out of the package this year as well. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with this card at all. I had it at a 9+. Came in at a dead 9. Corners, edges, surface, and centering were 9.5. Corners and edges were 9s. Wow, really nice card. And here's one that grades extremely difficult. And this one here is the one that probably pissed me off the most with SGC. Now, see, they graded it at 10. These cards, they don't really grade at 10s. So I'm a little skeptical on it. And I'll explain some of my reasons why. So there's the Topps Chrome 7.5, just so you know. I do have one more in there. So anyways, They said 4. When I initially graded this card myself, I came in at a 9. Now there's another video to this clip, and after doing a little more research on it, I figured the card was going to be between an 8 and a 9. I pulled this damn thing out of the package, brand new, back when it came out. 4? Really? There's no way that I send in 26 cards and be 4 points off on one when 20 of them are dead nuts. So I don't necessarily agree with a 10 on that card. Corners are 10, I believe that. Edges are 10, I believe that. Centering is pretty damn good on it, 10. The surface is 9.5. Now, the issue I see with this and why it should have been graded probably between an 8 and a 9 and not a 10 is that center. See that center box? See how the would be, you see how this side here, how thick it is, that white line or silver line compared to this side. Now again, that's nothing that I, the owner of the card, done. That's just from the factory. And I always think that some of these cards are graded pretty tough from factory flaws, some that are just the print of the card itself. Again, they put these under a microscope. Yeah, I won't be cracking that because, as you can see, a 4, it is not. I don't really think it's a 10 either. But a 9, I would definitely say 9 and maybe even 9 better. So, this card here. So, I got another Kobe rookie. This last one left in this stack here. And I'll show you what they came in at, 4.5. Now, this one also bothered me because I sent 2 of these 138 Topps Kobe rookies in. And the other one had a scratch on it. Visible scratch on it. And it graded better than this card. Corners and edges were basically the same. Cards both should have been, mine is a scratch, 8 to 9. However, the one had a scratch on it, so I would have taken it down to about a 6, which is where I think it graded at. Then this one came at a 4.5, and I was like, there's no way. So let's see what they say. They say it was a 9, and that's more along the lines of where I think it should have been. So let me see how. So that one came in at a 10. I got 7 to 8 actually, so pretty excited about that. Corners 9.5, edges 9.5, surface 10, centering 8.5. The centering is way the hell off on this thing. Again, 4.5 to 9. So which one of these companies are messing up? I don't know. But that's enough to make me want to break. I got about 4 other ones to these guys, to SGC, that were screwed up on the grades. I mean, it takes 5 minutes to sit there and grade a card on your own. But to be that far off, that's a little ridiculous. And like I said, again, the other one has scratch on it. Now this case also has some scratches on it. So if I have a knock against them, a few of the cases come on with scratches on them. So I'm not sure why that is. But anyways, second video. This one was my first gem mint grading experience. We'll see if we'll use them again. But the cards that I thought were misgraded came in a lot better through them. It's not like they knew ahead of time that I cracked these things and sent them in. I just sent them in. So anyways, hope you enjoy the video, and we'll continue experimenting along the way as we try to figure out what cards to grade, not grade. Thanks.